This is another Beating Live production.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing today? I pray all is well with everybody. Just on here this evening, I just wanted to elaborate on the Shannon Sharp situation. It appears that a lot more evidence has come out about Shannon Sharp's situation, and people are really talking right now. I don't like to just jump into something when it first start. I like to weigh in on it once the information comes out. So with that being said, I like to get into what the young lady had to say on on the phone conversation with herself and Shannon Sharp. You weigh in and tell me what you think, and we can elaborate together and make sense of this.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well.
Wow.
I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
This is the game they play.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Well, that was the conversation. Although it was bits and pieces, you got to make sense of it. You have to listen to how she sound. Did she sound scared? Um, was Shannon really threatening her or imposing his um, manhood on her, forcefully doing it, or was she open to what he was saying? Let me get this straight. If someone was assaulted, by no means am I okay with that. I am not going to make no excuse for no man or woman on earth who's guilty of crime or something that they did and had knowledge of what they was doing and choose to do it anyway. However, let's play the devil's advocate right now. Based off the conversation, let me play it again so you can listen. Listen to how receptive she is and open she is to the conversation. It's like a game they're playing. Um, and there are people, women and men, who like to play games such as let me break in as the burglar, let me be your, let me come in SAU. And people play these games. This is what gets them off sometimes. I'm not saying this is the case, but listen to her and tell me if she's being receptive. Tell me, do it sound like she's scared? Um, Let me know what you think. I'm gonna play it one more time.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
She's
Nothing
laughing.
yet. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well. I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
Wow.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
I believe Shannon asked the wrong questions because when he said, I'm going to choke you, she was hesitant because obviously they'd done it before. And instead of Shannon Sharp saying, you liked it all the times I done before, he didn't. He should have been skeptical because she was interrogating him. She was acting different. This is why he said, all of a sudden, or now you want to act like that means before you wasn't. So I'm just playing devil advocate. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm just saying, I'm trying to make sense of this. We all know whatever happens in life, there's always a motive. And if $100 million is not a big enough motive, then I don't know what is. It just so happened a week before he was supposed to sign his $100 million endorsement, this comes out. Although Shannon Sharp did offer $10 million, which appears like he's guilty. Now, and a lot of people like to pay off the problem before the problem get worse. I get that. Even in the criminal system, sometimes you're accused of something that maybe you didn't do, but because of the history you have, that will get you convicted even if you didn't do it. So I understand it can go both ways. My main concern is, why didn't she sound scared? Why, if you intimidate or in fear of your life for somebody who's been SAing you, you follow them? Shannon moved from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, and you moved from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, obviously following him. So in my experience, I would say Shannon was having fun. It was consensual. And maybe he was done with having fun. And you can't do that with everybody. Everybody can't accept no for an answer. You know, for narcissists, it has to be however they want it to be. Everything has to go their way. So you're not going to be rejected. Some women is not okay with being rejected. I just find it hard to believe that Shannon would be that stupid to jeopardize his livelihood, freedom, and financial institution for a piece of ass. A lot of people do it, and I would have to say that would be the most powerful emotion that God created, because this is the reason why sin is in the world. And I'm not saying that to take a strike at any woman. I'm just saying that if you go back to biblical times with Adam and Eve, the parable has it that Adam was okay and he listened to what God said. But once Eve was placed in the Garden of Eden, Adam can be deceived. So this is not a shot at anybody. This is a fact. The most powerful institutions has failed at the hands of a woman. A woman is very powerful. Don't underestimate the power of a woman. I get it. I understand it. I respect it. And most men don't. Most men think because you're stronger than a woman physically, you can outsmart them or outwit them. That's not true, because 90% of men fall victim of emotional distress, sexually, not physically. And a lot of times, more often than not, women win because of that. Now, I want you to take a look at uh, this letter she was texting to Shannon. Now, I gave you the content of the phone conversation. Now, I'm going to show you the text message that Shannon listed, and look at the stuff that she was texting to him. And you tell me if you feel like this woman's life is in danger or she was in fear of her life by any means. If you read up here, you can see where she's taunting him and agreeing of the things that they shared by saying, you know, you missed this juicy, you know what, and each ass cheek will cost 25,000 a piece. This is motive. This is a financial institution. I mean, motivation right here. Excuse me, financial motive right here. You read this letter and you tell me if this someone who's engaging, who's in fear, or someone's playing along what's been happening all along. This is insane. And it's clear that she was recording him from the word go because she was acting different. And the question she posed to Shannon obviously wasn't normal because he took it offensive, like as if you ain't been saying this, you ain't been acting this way. Why are you doing this now? Probably because she was recording and setting you up, buddy. You got to start thinking with the head up here and not the head down there. You understand? Makes no sense, man. You got caught slipping. I believe you. I'm with you, Shannon Sharp, on being extorted. You know, this is the history of that lawyer, Mr. Busby. He just tried to do it to Jay-Z. It didn't work. He found another victim, which is you, and you got caught slipping. Jay-Z was smart enough to cover his tracks if he did do something and not put himself in a situation where somebody could trap him off to make it appear like he did something he did not. This is insane. So let's hear what Shannon has to say about the allegations.
This is a shakedown.
Yeah, I believe so.
This is a shakedown.
Facing rape and sexual assault accusations, tonight Shannon Sharp is not backing down.
I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right.
Today, the former NFL star turned podcaster posting this video statement in response to a Nevada civil lawsuit filed by a woman who says her consensual relationship with Sharp eventually led to multiple assaults. The lawsuit also accuses Sharp of secretly recording their sexual encounters without her consent. The plaintiff, listed as Jane Doe, is represented by attorney Tony Busby, who has represented accusers in several high-profile sexual assault cases, and who Sharp called out by name.
Tony Busby targets black men, and
I believe that.
He's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself.
Also new today, Jane Doe's attorney releasing an audio clip alleging it shows Sharp threatening the plaintiff.
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
The plaintiff says, "Don't manipulate me." Then Sharp allegedly responds,
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you.
NBC News has not
Cherry
independently verified the audio's authenticity. It's also not clear if this excerpt was part of a longer conversation. We asked Shannon Sharp's attorney about the recording late today.
He is acknowledging this is a recording of him, but that it's being taken out of context.
The legal team is telling me that we can't authenticate it if he said that, and he's not denying it. This is his statement that he did not mean it. It was in the heat of the moment in the middle of an argument.
Sharp's attorney Lanny Davis also says the Hall of Famer offered his accuser at least $10 million in mediation before the lawsuit was filed.
Admit of guilt.
Sharp's willingness to pay is not an admission of anything that he did wrong. It was a
Admission of
willingness
guilt.
to pay for the protection of his family and himself.
Despite the graphic public allegations, Sharp was talking sports on ESPN this morning. The sports network declining to comment on the lawsuit as Shannon Sharp offered this promise today.
And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do.
That's insane. That's insane. But the part that threw me for a loop was the fact that I learned later. That's why I waited to elaborate on this story, because it's so much come out in the days following. And what came out a few days ago was Shannon had offered this woman $10 million prior. That's an insane. I wouldn't offer her 10,000 if I didn't do it. I'm the type of person that if I had $100 million and it was $10,000 and I'm innocent, there's no way I'm giving you a dime if I didn't do it. That's just me. Some people look at it different. Like some people like to pay the problem off to get rid of the negative publicity. I get that. But $10 million is an insane amount to give away something or to someone you didn't cause no harm to or break no law dealing with. That's insane. So also what I've learned since I've been waiting the outcome of bits and pieces of these allegations was a lot of you may have not known, but Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams had a little situation after the airing of the famous Cat Williams interview on Shannon Sharp. Actually, I believe Cat Williams is the reason why Shannon Sharp was getting offered 100 million, because ultimately it was the highest streaming interview in history. I think it streamed 64 million stream. It was 60 million. It's 64 million plays or something. I seen it prior to me going live, but it's the highest in history of any interviews. So you got to pay homage to Cat Williams. But what I didn't know is that they were beefing. And once this hit the fan, it was said that Shannon Sharp was saying after the interview, he believed Cat Williams was lying and he don't uh, think that all the stuff he was saying was true. And Cat Williams didn't take that well. It appears like he was listening and asking the questions, but once he got off the show, he started kissing up to some of the other powerful players that Cat was speaking about. And that didn't sit well with Cat. So as a result, Cat Williams weighed in on this. And here's what he had to say.
Hold on to your seats, because the world of sports and entertainment just got a whole lot more dramatic. You've heard of a fall from grace, but Shannon Sharp's latest legal disaster is nothing short of a catastrophe, and it's all happening right before our eyes. But here's where it gets juicy. Cat Williams is stepping in, and he's throwing some serious shade that could change everything. Could Shannon Sharp be the next victim of a calculated attack? And did Cat Williams see it coming long before anyone else? Let's rewind for a moment.
He
Shannon
warned him.
Sharp, the celebrated NFL legend turned media personality, was riding high. He was on the verge of signing a massive $100 million media deal and becoming an even bigger name in the entertainment world. But in a shocking turn of events, a $50 million lawsuit has thrown a massive wrench into everything. The lawsuit, filed by an OnlyFans model, accuses Sharp of some deeply disturbing actions during their relationship. These aren't just any allegations. They're so twisted that even his most loyal fans can't look the other way anymore. And just when we thought things couldn't get crazier, enter Cat Williams. Williams, known for his brutal honesty and fearless commentary, had been trying to warn Sharp about his behavior. When Cat appeared on Club Shay Shay last year, he told Shannon straight up that his lack of discipline and reckless lifestyle choices would eventually come back to haunt him.
He warned him.
Cat wasn't mincing words. He predicted this exact downfall. He warned Sharp that his personal choices, particularly in his relationships, would one day be used against him by the powers that be. And now it looks like Cat's prophetic warnings are ringing true. The lawsuit has sparked a firestorm. As it turns out, Sharp's alleged relationship with the 19-year-old model didn't just raise eyebrows because of the age gap. It was the disturbing details about their interactions that have people talking. Texts released from the case showed disturbing exchanges about race play, an accusation that has now overshadowed everything else. Fans, who were once in awe of Sharp's accomplishments, are now questioning his judgment and character. Could this lawsuit be the result of his own choices, or is something darker at play? Here's where things take a truly dramatic twist. This lawsuit conveniently dropped just as Sharp was about to sign that monumental media deal, leading many to believe this is no coincidence. And it doesn't stop there. Repo.
That is crazy. That's insane. So Shannon Sharp was warned by Cat Williams. And although him and Cat was beefing, you still should have had enough sense to listen to the man. Because everything that man said on that interview, 90% of it was manifested. So I don't believe he was lying. Because if he was lying, how did he know and how did he predict what was going to happen beforehand? It was sort of like a prophecy, probably from his experience, what he experienced with the people, what he saw. I don't know. Whatever he did, whatever he experienced was on point. And Shannon failed to take heed to what Cat Williams was saying. Since I've known of Cat Williams, listened to Cat Williams, which I'm a big fan, I've never known Cat to be a liar. Before Cat lie, Cat will make a joke of it, but he won't lie. I've never known him to lie about anything. I've been fact checking him, forever. All the stuff that he say that's controversial, I'll go fact check, and nobody yet has disproven him. So only a fool will argue with the truth. I'm not on nobody's side but the truth. So one will have to side with the truth, and it appears that Cat Williams is speaking just that. This is a sad situation. Now, whether Shannon Sharpe is guilty of what they're saying he is or not, that lawyer, Mr. Busby, is most certainly seeking out Black men. I'm not saying this, and it's not alleged, it's a fact. Go back to his history and see the people that he's been chasing. Everybody wealthy. Diddy, he got 20 something cases on Diddy case right now that on civil suits. After him, he went after Jay-Z, which Jay-Z played chess with this thing. He been covering his ass for 30 years. So he couldn't come in and try to dictate, because he did the same thing he just did to Shannon Sharpe. He tried to get Jay-Z to settle on a civil lawsuit before the criminal was filed. Because more than likely, they're going to file criminal charges on Shannon Sharpe. I believe that. I hope not, but this is the system, and this is how the system works. First, they let the civil play out a little bit because they got enough time. They don't have to rush. They within the jurisdiction of the time frame to do a thorough investigation before they charge him with any crimes. This is just a civil. Civil and criminal is two different entities. So after Jay-Z failed, which I believe Jay-Z have a lawsuit pending against Mr. Busby for defamation of character. And I believe Shannon Sharpe should do the same thing. This the only way is you going rid of people like this who try to make a living off of the downfall of other people who took their lifetime to build a professional career. It's easy money, because if somebody allege allegations against you and you didn't do it and you got 200 million and you can make it go away for 5, that's change. You'll rather pay that for the heartache and pain and to lose your endorsements than to go through the time, the headache and pain with yourself and your family, and also the legal bill, the legal fee. That's why a lot of people settle. So this guy is a vulture for Black men that's successful. I don't respect him. I don't like him, because I don't like people that do that. Because why aren't you going after another race other than Blacks? That says a lot about his character. He's probably a racist, because if it was just about money, he would go after any and everybody, because everybody in the entertainment, from what Diddy say, or I ain't even gonna say for what Diddy said, because I don't know what Diddy said, but based off the people that I've seen at Diddy party with my own eyes, it has to be a lot more people, and it wasn't all Black. In fact, it appeared to be more people that wasn't Black than were at Diddy's parties. But do you hear or see any one of them being convicted or charged with anything? This is how the system is. This is how it was built. This is how it always will be. No matter how much money you get as a Black man or Black woman, you'll never be good enough. That's a fact. Don't get mad at me. This is the history of our country. This is what we do. So I'm just curious to see how this is going to play out. But I will say this. It don't look good for Shannon Sharp right now. You got your own people, as usual, going against you instead of standing up for you and pulling you to the side in secret, as other nationalities and races do. We like crabs in the barrel. We like crabs in the barrel. Oh, this Negro made it. He's about to get 100 million. I don't have it. I'ma make sure he don't get it. This is what we do. So I don't support anyone who openly sexually assault anyone or break any laws. By no means. I'm just stating the facts of the situation. No matter how it pan out, I'm not a lawyer or a judge, so I can't weigh in on what's happening in the courts. I'm telling you what's happening in the physical about this lawyer and about situations with people in our past. Look at the R. Kellys. Look at the Bill Cosbys, the Michael Jacksons. Look at all these people. Why is it just the successful black men? And then you Google the guy, but I'll be Conbury and Fitch, and Google that guy. He's on $1 million bail, and his charges is a lot more severe than Diddy. But they granted him $1 million bail, right? But Diddy can't get out on 50 million, and his charges is way more severe than Diddy's. Actually, they on children, but he's out, and you don't hear nothing about it. And it's not in the news. Why? Because he got the right complexion. That's why. I know how the system works. Been in it, been a part of it. I know how it works. It's not good. You go in there, it's not good. You're just another Negro. And this is just the legal part of slavery. So you can't say I'm enslaved, because once you're convicted, you're 3/5 of a man. They don't have to pay you wages. They don't have to do anything that they don't want to. They can treat you how they want to, basically. They're not supposed to, but they do. So this is about the bigger picture. The rise and the fall of a great black man. I mean, I hate to say white and black all the time, but how can you negate that? This is what it is. Yeah, but without no any further ado, I'm going to bring this to a close. There's no sense of me going on, but I'm going to leave you with this. For those who are in a situation that Shannon has gotten himself in now and has not hit the fan, just know that the only way something is going to change is if you change it. Nothing change if nothing change. And with that, I say peace.
This is another Beating Live production.